Hey there, it's Adeline. Today I'm going to be talking and reviewing Abeka's third grade history curriculum, Our American Heritage. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this curriculum, you can tell this looks a little old. That's because I believe this is the third edition, whereas right now they're out with the fifth edition. The difference is, first off, this one has less characters. So it's a 21 character study, whereas the newer one has probably twice that, but the book is twice as big. This book is about 260 pages, whereas the new one is 504 pages. The lessons appear to be about the same length of pages, though, where they're about 10 to 15 pages per character. I really love this book. This is what actually got us hooked on Abeka. In the beginning of each chapter, there's words to remember, places to remember, and names to remember. Now, what Abeka has done for us is that when we read through it, we always get excited and we end up grabbing our phones, we end up grabbing our computers, we end up grabbing the globe, looking up new things, trying to find new places, and just seeing what we didn't know before and diving more into that. And for that reason, I've really enjoyed Abeka. My kids have really loved it as well. Now, through each chapter, there are questions of do you remembers, and then at the end of each section, there is a big chunk. Well, that's not a big one. Usually, there we go. A bigger chunk of questions, and then to the next chapter. Now, before we would take a couple days off when we'd finish a chapter. Then before we'd start this one, we'd flip back. I'd ask the questions again, and then we'd move on. I actually use our science and our history books as a one-room schoolhouse type learning, which I really like. And typically you're able to cater to each child based upon that. At this point, my oldest child was in third grade, and I had a kindergartner and a preschooler at the same time, and they all sat and listened and enjoyed it. So for that reason, I mean, they enjoyed their school. That's enough for me. The people you're going to be missing out on in this are, there's a couple people peppered throughout later times, you know, like John Adams and stuff like that. They do have a lot more modern characters in here, such as the last 4 or 5 presidents, Dwight Moody, and a few others as well. Now, in regards to, well, actually, the point being why I bought the third edition is because I paid $21 for all of this. Normally, that would be about $75. I did call Abeka and ask them if I was to use these booklets as consumables, would I be able to buy the new booklets when my next child was in third grade and have them correlate? They said yes. However, all of these characters in the new booklet, not this one, in the new booklet would match this book. There would just be extra people in there. So there would be a Donald Trump in here, but not in here. I was okay with that. However, I still chose to copy because I'm cheap. And that's the easiest thing for me to do. I like having curriculums just waiting on the shelf for me to just grab down when my kids need them. However, we don't actually use these books as much as I would like to think that we do. I just don't end up grabbing them. I feel like my kids grasp a lot of the information just from the questions in the book. I don't like to push too hard, especially on subjects like this. I'll go through the map booklet. This is meant to be a consumable. Again, we copy this. It has some maps in there. So for 3 kids, I can copy it and pass it out to all of them, and they can color and work through it, and they all really like it. And for me, I love Abeka because their answer keys are really easy to access. The reading is really organic, and it's never super time consuming. We can usually do a lesson in about, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. I wouldn't say we ever really spend, any extra time we spend on it is because we want to, which I'm okay with that. I am completely okay with that. I love Abeka, love their history, curriculums, love what they've taught us, and the joy that they've instilled in my children. So again, this is the 3rd grade history book with Abeka. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, hit the like button below, and check out any of my other videos if you have any other books that you are looking at getting into. I try to keep all my reviews around 5 minutes because I know you are just as busy as me. I hope you have a great day.